Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about how humans affect Earth systems. And what we talked about in the last unit were what are the different Earth systems. And we're going to go over it briefly, just to recap. Everything on Earth is divided into these four major subsystems or spheres. It's geosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. And geosphere is pertaining to land, atmosphere is the air, hydrosphere is water, and biosphere is all living things. So let's watch a quick video just to recap.
Earth is kind of like a puzzle. And I don't mean a puzzle like, where did my brother put my hairbrush? Or what exactly is in the tacos they serve on Taco Tuesday? I mean that our planet is made up of four very different parts that all work together to make Earth the lovely place that we know it to be. We call these parts spheres, and between them, they contain all the stuff on our planet. Everything from the fish in the ocean to the air we breathe. Earth has four spheres: the geosphere, the biosphere, the hydrosphere, and the atmosphere. So what exactly are the spheres? And what's in them? Let's take a look at two, the geosphere and the biosphere. Up first is the geosphere. Geo comes from the Greek word for ground. You may have heard this before in words like geology or geography. It basically means having to do with the Earth. And in a way, the geosphere is kind of like the skeleton of our planet. All of the other spheres are built on top of it. It's made up of all the rocks and minerals on Earth, from the biggest boulders to the tiniest grains of sand. And all of the landforms that those rocks and minerals make up are part of the geosphere too. I'm talking volcanoes, canyons, beaches, mountains, you name it. If it's made out of solid Earth, it's part of the geosphere. Now, it's important to remember that the geosphere includes only non-living stuff. Living things do need to eat, though, and all living things are part of another one of Earth's spheres, the biosphere. Bio is Greek for life, and like geo, you've probably heard it before in words like biology, the study of life. The biosphere is made up of many different biomes. Biomes are regions that have similar kinds of plants, animals, and other living things that have adapted to live in that particular region's terrain and climate. Deserts and forests are types of biomes. So are rainforests, grasslands, and wetlands. All of these biomes and many more make up the biosphere. Okay, now that we know what's...
Alright, so now let's take a look at the next video. Which discusses the next two important subsystems.
Remember when we were putting together the puzzle that is our planet, using the four spheres as giant pieces? Well, we got pretty far last time, but we're not done yet. Oh no. That's because, in addition to the geosphere and the biosphere, which we talked about last time, there are two more spheres that we need to complete our planetary puzzle. Those are the hydrosphere and the atmosphere. So without further ado, let's dive in. See what I did there? I said that because the first sphere we're going to talk about is the hydrosphere. Hydro comes from the Greek word for water, and all of the water on Earth is in the hydrosphere. This means that every single drop of salt water in the oceans, but also all of the fresh water in lakes and rivers, is in this sphere. And it includes all of the water trapped in glaciers as ice, and the water held deep underground. Now, there's also water in the air around us, too, which we can sometimes see in the form of rain and snow. Those things come from clouds, which happen to be way up in the atmosphere. Our last, but certainly not least, sphere. This sphere contains all of the gases on the planet, which is fitting since atmos comes from the Greek word for air. Although we can't really see the atmosphere or grab onto it, it reaches everywhere and covers the entire planet like a giant snuggly blanket. But our atmosphere...
Okay, so now let's build on that And let's see. Let's start right here again. And now we're going to take all the systems that we've learned about and we're going to learn how these systems work together. So each system includes many parts that work together and they interact, and they all have many, are constantly interacting and changing the Earth's surface and processes. And let's take a deeper look into how plants grow. So a growing plant that is in the soil is interacting between the geosphere. So we have the biosphere, the plant, and the geosphere. When the soil soaks up groundwater, this is an interaction between the biosphere, the plant, and the hydrosphere when we water it. The plant will also use carbon dioxide in the atmosphere to grow. So it's all these systems interacting together to help the plant grow. And in our lesson today, we are going to be learning about how people help to protect the earth. And we will be able to obtain and combine this information to learn about ways that humans impact the systems of the oceans. So we all like to go to the beach, and we want to make sure that the waters that we swim in and play in is clean. So what are some ways humans or human activity adversely affects our environment? So we have farms, industrial plants, and what we put into our oceans. How do we affect these oceans? So we have deforestation, which is removing trees to clear out spaces for houses, new buildings, building farms. And deforestation is any kind of trees that is on the land and then we remove it to build new things, okay? So, and air pollution, when we burn coal in power plants or we drive cars, it causes pollutants to enter the air, and these harmful chemicals mix with the water and clouds and enter the oceans, polluting the water. We have agricultural runoff. So when we use pesticides on farms to kill insects and plants, these pesticides enter the water runoff, which eventually end up in our oceans and bays. And last, we have single-use plastics. So these single-use plastics, like the water bottles, the Gatorade bottles, it makes up 40% of all the plastic trash. So this is a lot. How can we help to protect the earth? And that's what the activity we're going to be doing today. We have discussed ways that we affect the earth. And now I want you guys to work together with a partner to research ways to protect the earth and our environment and talk together and come up with ideas. Read a book or research some of these 3 sites that I have included. And then in the activity, I want you to work with your partner, or you can work independently, and I want you to create a presentation via Google Slides, a poster, a skit, to demonstrate ways humans can protect the earth. So I'm going to show you one really quick project, maybe 2 if we have time. We have a student who's decided to make a poster. Let me move that along. Let's see what he's drawing. And if you need help, you can look through your Google Chromebook or your phone and let us see what you plan on drawing. And he's made a poster. to show what happens when we use a lot of plastic. Save the turtles. So what do you think he means by that with the turtle and all the plastics around? Okay, I want you to think about that. Okay, the next one is a Google Slides, and he's talking about 4 tips on how to save the earth. Okay, and that's just quick, and I want you to have a couple slides on ways that you can reduce plastic. That's what he's, the students making. And then I want you guys to work together to show me ways that we affect the planet and how we can help the planet and make it safer and cleaner for everyone to use. Okay?